I really find it baffling that nobody who's like against woke culture or whatever will touch it. And the reason they won't touch it is because their foreign policy views in general are more important to them than their views on speech and the First Amendment, their views on America.
Well, if you step out of line, right? So the ideology is that we must support Ukraine.
Right.
So this is Russia has a point. This is what they're saying. So Russia was very upset about the movement of the weapons closer to their borders, the joining NATO, all the stuff that was the hard red lines that Putin had already set. Like if Russia would definitely do something if Ukraine joined NATO. We all knew that. So if you deviate from that, you're going to be in trouble. So better just ignore it. Because you can't, you clearly, if you look at who these people are, I mean, these are people that would be supported by the left wholeheartedly.
Well, they are. I mean, it's like the revolutionary socialist movement. They're not at CPAC this year.
But the left has to ignore it because then
100%.
It conflicts with this
other
categories
part of
right
the
and
left are just like, now they're actually ridiculous.
They're
ridiculous. They don't mean anything.
Ridiculous.
In fact, we've moved past the point where they don't mean anything. They do mean something. They are propaganda instruments designed to cloak the truth from the rest of us, that in fact there's agreement, not disagreement, at the center of power. They all agree on the things that matter, and those are the economy and foreign policy, because that's where the money is. There's no effort to, say, rein in the credit card companies, which, if you really cared about the country, you'd say, but people are really suffering. Okay, they don't have enough money to live. Kids can't not only not buy houses, they can't afford rent. And why is that? And one of the main reasons is because they're paying like close to 20% interest on their credit cards. And okay, we just imagine that in a free market, that's a good thing. Tell me why that's a good thing. Who benefits from that? Why are we for that again? I'm not for that. I think the credit card companies are villains, and they send credit cards to kids at school and get them hooked on this. I think it's totally wrong. And if you said that in the U.S. Congress, people would look at you like you had three heads. Like, what? They just don't care because they all agree that our current economic system and our current foreign policy assumptions are good. So that's not a two-party system. That's a one-party system, and it doesn't serve the interest of the country. And my position is super simple. The only country I have an emotional attachment to is the United States. That's it. I like lots of countries. I like almost all countries, actually. I've been to a lot of them. I like them all. But the only one I feel emotional about is the United States because I live here. I was born here. My kids are here. It's my country. And most of the people in our foreign policy conversation do not feel that way.